May it be an evening star.
So after the hobbits have rolled off the hill, they become excited because they find something. Can anyone remember what they find?
Mushroom.
He's sharp. I can see why you got him.
I read it in the last page.
Yeah, oh, it's cheating. I'll take it. I'll take it. There we go. This is a shortcut to mushrooms. You are right. So the hobbits find some mushrooms down here. You can see Elijah Wood is standing on the road, and this is the first time he gets the feeling that something is going wrong. This is the first time you see the Black Rider in the film. If you look at this carefully, you'll see this tree here. Yeah. Look, it's here. This is where Elijah Wood is standing on the road, and the hobbits are gathering mushrooms on the side of the bank there. Now in the film, when you see the shot, Elijah Wood looks forward, and they use an old Alfred Hitchcock technique, fishbowling thing, where you zoom the camera in while pulling it back at the same time, and it creates this kind of tunnel effect. And that's what you see this in the movie. The wind whips up, the leaves whip up, and it forms this tunnel. Now the problem is, if Elijah Wood is standing here looking forward and you look that way, yeah, it doesn't work, does it? While in the movie you think you're in the middle of nowhere, we are right here in central Wellington, not very far away from the city, so we've got to be very careful on the camera angles. So this forest, this shot here, is actually, if you go down that path and you look back up, you find this scene. So same forest, just got to be really careful on the angles because we don't want to point the camera at the city, which is just hiding through the trees here. A lot of work to make it, to remove the city. Then Frodo yells, "Get off the road!" And the hobbits jump down and they hide under this tree. I see thousands of tourists running around this forest hiding under random trees. And that is a popular spot. But that is not it. No.
Is it in this
Look at the background of this shot.
Tree roots are not right.
Look at the background here. That is the background of the shot. The main problem is we couldn't find a tree in this forest with a root system big enough to make these guys look like hobbits. We have to scale them down. So what we did is we got a pine tree from the other side of Wellington, we shipped it in here. The hobbits are hiding in here. It's a tree placed here, there you can see it. So that's the pine tree. And then we had the Weta company build this fake root system. Place the tree here, the roots over them there, a camera platform down the bottom, looking up on a low angle shot, and the hobbits are all hunched under there with the tree over the top here, and that becomes the background. So it is the same shot. That tree just makes this path disappear. You can see the view looking down here is really shows up this area. Again, just really careful use of camera angle so that you're not showing the fact that you are hanging out in central Wellington. Hiding under the tree, the Black Rider comes and scares them, and they're running off towards the village of Bree, and they're having to go over the Buckleberry Ferry. So we call this scene the run to the ferry. If you look at this carefully, you can see that this tree here, bow of this tree here, it's just here.
That one.
Yeah.
They're running across here in the film. Now we get the smoke machines out, and that obscures the background. Means that we don't have to show the cities just around us, so it just fuzzies out the background. Then as the hobbits are running down the hill, they turn and they look back up behind them, and they see a Black Rider silhouetted against the skyline. And if you turn and you look up behind you, up here guys, you'll see that is where the horse and rider is sitting. This is a real horse and rider. We could safely put a real horse and rider at the top of the hill here. This shot is done at 2 in the morning. We've got a big spotlight we've put behind the bushes up there, and that's backlighting it. But this is a shot done at 2 in the morning with a real horse and rider. If you look at it carefully, again you can see this inlay shot with these two trees forming an arc over the Black Rider. This tree is the one we can see up here. This is the bow of that tree. So again, we've used forced perspective to make it appear that that tree forms an arc with that tree at the top of the hill. You can see this is slightly indistinct, slightly blurry from having the perspective on it forced so hard on this tree here. But yeah, Peter wanted to frame them at the top of the hill. Okay, so that's the end of our little Lord of the Rings tour here in Wellington, New Zealand. 2 Hobbit films coming out, which we're just currently finishing off as we speak. So look forward to seeing everyone then.